Hello, everybody. This is Paula Roelands with paularoelands.com, Paula Roelands Coaching. And it's been a bit of a long day. And oh, shoot, I was going to tell some people that I was going to be on. Let me see if I can do that a minute. I have to do something else here. So I want to talk today. I'm going to find these guys and let them know that I'm on. I want to talk today about, here we go, just 1 second. Love to hear me type, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to minimize that so that we don't get lots of dings and crazy things. So if you watched I'm all set and prepared this time. If you had watched my my video from Monday on coffee, it was really ridiculous. I jury-rigged things and things didn't work out too well. We had a little mic drop. Because I used masking tape to, what I do when I set up for these, because I don't have all the right equipment yet, and that's something I'm going to do this weekend is get some stuff ordered. So what I did is I masking taped my iPhone to my computer so that nobody needs to look at my keyboard, and I can change the angle and it's safe so it doesn't tip over. Except it wasn't safe with masking tape, so I am prepared this time, and hello duct tape. One of the things we joked around about in 4-H when we were doing that with the kids is whenever we set up for fair that our rule was duct tape and zip ties, because everything works with duct tape and zip ties. So we're on duct tape and zip ties today. No zip ties, but this should work a little bit better. So I wanted to talk about endings and beginnings and empowerment. Today is a big day for a lot of people, Americans particularly, although the whole world is pretty much watching what's happening here. And some people are excited and thrilled about it and really looking forward to what the changes are going to be. And other people are terrified or they're just really concerned and are, the sky is falling. So I had this conversation this morning. I was really effective and efficient this morning, and I got like 6 things done before 7 o'clock this morning, which to some people is nothing because they've been up at 4 or 4:30. So I get that. I'm not one of those heroes. I hope that you get enough sleep yourself and you have the kind of day that you like. And I was talking with someone this morning about the political climate, and she said, well, I'm a middle of the roader. And being a middle of the roader, I'm just watching what's happening on both sides. And that's where it gets a little sticky, because I think most everybody has friends who are really excited today and really happy for what's happening. And most everybody has friends who are not so excited and really concerned, and bracing for the terrible things that are going to happen. I am also kind of a middle of the roader in there, and this is not a talk about politics. This is a talk about where we are right now, what's ending. We just had a president who's serving ending his term, and beginning. We are having a new president step in and start something that's going to be coming, that's going to be created with what they're going to do. And we also, it's the beginning of the year still. It's still January for another week and a half. And 2017 is a new beginning for us for January. And a lot of people, we talked a week or two ago about setting goals. And we talked about what your insights were those and how to create action steps from that, and the difference between New Year's resolution and just setting a goal, setting an intention, and setting goals. So this is kind of along the same line in that we're talking about the endings that we're dealing with and beginnings, and that means change. So I don't know, put in the comments below what does change mean to you? Is change easy for you? Is it challenging for you, or does it depend on the circumstance? So for me, change is sometimes difficult. I get really comfortable with where I sit in the world, and when change happens, I feel a little bit tipped over. And sometimes I get my footing right away. Sometimes it takes a while. I used to say in one of my previous jobs that I was okay with change and I could adjust to it. And it took me 20 minutes, not 19, not 21, but 20 minutes to adjust to this new perspective and go, oh, okay, I can do that. Everything's going to go into place. So that's where we humans, we get comfortable. We get really comfortable. And when we get really comfortable, we can get stuck. We can get stuck with our perspectives. We can get stuck with what we're doing. We can get stuck with good habits. We can get stuck with bad habits. We hope good habits. We want to get stuck with those. Those are good stuckies. And usually a good habit will help you continue to grow. So I'm not really seeing good habits as a way to be stuck. But we have, well, in our stuckness, that's where we start. I work with clients all the time who are stuck in something. I work on a holistic basis. Oh, here we go. Here's our letting go of my duct tape. That was supposed to be a no-fail option, but we'll just keep going with it. So I work with clients a lot with where they're stuck, and I work on a holistic basis, which means you could be stuck in your relationships. You could be stuck with what you have in your diet. You could be stuck with your physical activity. You could be stuck socially. You could be stuck financially with a lack instead of an abundance. There are lots and lots of ways to be stuck. There are also lots and lots of ways to move forward, and that's kind of what we work with, and that's what we're talking about today. So in change, President Obama once said, change will not come if we wait for some other person, if we wait for some other time. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. And you've probably heard this famous Gandhi quote, be the change that you want to see in the world. He didn't actually say that. What he actually said, and it's a good thing, but what he actually says is, we but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. And as a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change toward him. This is the divine mystery supreme, a wonderful thing it is, and the source of our happiness. We need not wait to see what others do. That's what he actually said. So what that does is it helps us, I'm going to fix the tape a little bit more. It helps us to stop spending our time and our energy judging situations, judging other people. It helps us to look a little bit differently and instead reflect back on that complaining and that feeling of stuck and being paralyzed, in looking with reflection on where we are in that. What's our reflection on that? So, okay, Mihad, it's not easy with your weight, been drinking water, but sometimes you fall back. Yeah, exactly. It takes development of a habit and commitment to do something that's changed, that helps us to stay moving forward. It's really easy to get stuck back in something that's comfortable. And with practice and with consistency, what was uncomfortable can become comfortable. So, or at least comfortable enough. It may not be the cushy sofa and the bunny slippers, but it'll be a lot more comfortable. Certainly something that we can make a part of ourselves permanently. So in mirroring that, if we reflect on ourselves, turn the mirror on yourself. I should have had a little mirror here. But if you turn the mirror on yourself and say, okay, what is my part in this? Then when we decide to make some sort of a movement, we can move forward and we can take action instead of feeling out of control. So taking action is the only thing that we have any control over at all. Sometimes we don't even have control of our thoughts. Our thoughts can run away with us and take us for rides all sorts of times. So thinking about, okay, what is my responsibility? What can I choose to take as my responsibility and step into to make a change from something I'm not happy with? When it comes to something like today's events with the President of the United States, maybe you're not going to become the President of the United States. Maybe you're not going to become a mover and shaker, decision maker in a government to make choices around that. And you can choose something within your realm and start here, right here, yourself. Starting here is making a difference. When you make a difference with yourself, whether it's your attitude, whether it's something that you change in your behavior, whether it's something you change in how you think about, talk about, do something, you're going to make a change as a reflection, not only a mirror, but think about the ripples in a pond. That's the kind of change that's going to start to happen. So you change yourself. That's going to reflect on the people around you. They're going to notice that. They're going to start to respond to that. There's an energetic change with you, and that's going to reflect off other people, and it's going to start moving and affecting them too. One thing I used to do, once in a while I'll still do it. If somebody will be sleeping, I do it with the cats all the time. Just to see if they can sense my energy. I'll wait till somebody is sleeping. Sometimes my kids. I'll wait till someone is sleeping, and I'll just, from the other side of the room, I'll just stare at them. Just focus my energy, stare at them, and see if I can affect some sort of a wakefulness or a twitch or something. And oftentimes I can. So you might want to try that sometime. It's kind of fun. I wouldn't do it with somebody who's so dead asleep and they've so lack of sleep that they're not going to wake up. But somebody or something, your dog, your cat, your lizard, your snake, your gerbil, and just put some attention there and push that energy toward them and invite them to engage and see what happens. And that's the power that we each have. So I wanted to talk a little bit with the endings and beginnings that 2017 is in numerology, and I'm not a big numerology follower, but in numerology, it's the year of endings and beginnings because of the way the numbers add up. And you can look up numerology more if you'd like to. But what that means is, oh, thanks, Christina. Yeah, part of my big start of the day that I was so effective with is between 6 and 7 o'clock. I did like 7 different things to get my hair cut today. So we'll go back to the 2017, and with numerology, this is the time, this is the year to energetically move toward letting go of the old and getting ready for a brand new start. Well, how perfect is that? How perfect is that? Of all days, of all months, of all years to have that happen, we're having so many shifts. So taking some initiative around that and stepping into it is a huge thing. So the number 1 is where the numerology numbers end up as the powerful number for this year then. And that movement, or that number, comes with momentum, and it comes with a lot of new ideas and inventions and creations. And again, that can start with you, with us. So the new ideas, new inventions, new creations, new behaviors, new everything. Now you don't have to jump into everything new. Pick one thing to make new for you, to be empowered in. And this way we can feel empowered in anything that we choose to step into. And in choosing to step into that, we're going to make a difference. Something is going to change. So look at what's affecting you. That it doesn't have to be hard. It can be something as simple as changing the time you go to bed. Well, for some people that's kind of hard. It can be, I don't know, what can you think of that's an easy change? I think of changing the kind of bread I eat, or changing from regular milk to coconut milk, or changing to a walking routine, or changing to taking 3 deep breaths every day to start to energize, whatever it is. Pick something, pick one thing that you think is going to make a positive difference for you. And hopefully you choose something that has a little bit of verification to back it up. Obviously, if you're going to add walking, walking is supposed to be good for you, so that should be a good change for you. But choose something on the positive shift. And then with the intention around that, step into that to take that new beginning forward and change that energetic vibration that you have. And when you change that energetic vibration, start to notice over the next week, start to notice how that made a change with the people around you, with your pets, with how you feel when you wake up in the morning, how you feel all day long, how you feel about your life, and see what shifts. If you want to journal on it, that actually helps because it puts a little more attention to your intention, and that creates more movement forward. So you see a little bit bigger impact if you put a little more energy toward it with a little journaling. Even if it's just a note a day of, okay, I think I noticed this today. I think that I felt more positive today. Or I definitely felt more positive today. Or 3 people smiled to me that I didn't expect would, who I thought didn't like me or I didn't even know. Or whatever that is. Start to notice when you step into that and see what makes a difference. And then, once you make a change with you, open up the opportunity for change to something in your neighborhood or something in your community. What could you help make a positive effect in? Again, this is empowerment. This is taking that ending of something that you left behind, stepping into a new beginning and bringing that forward for positive change. So put your comments below of what you're going to step into for this next week to just choose in and just experiment with it and see what happens. And then we're going to touch base next week on Friday and see how things worked for you on that. And see what kind of positive things, or if you experience some negative things, well, we can be honest about that and see what they were and talk about that too. So choose what to step into, put it down below. We can do some follow-up on that. I'll check this post every day for the next week on Paula Roelands, on my coaching page and my Facebook fan page where you're watching. And check in with me on paularoelands.com to see what I've got going on in there that is going to be setting around intentions and talking about new beginnings and starting to create those for you. And we can go so many different places with what those new beginnings are. That's where we can step into the stuckness of where you are stuck, if you are stuck. Oh, thank you. Thanks. I'm really working on it. Yeah, it's a process, isn't it? And I'm going to get some little tools to help me make this even better and easier to understand. And I'll even have notes and things too. So all growed up. Oh, hey, I got a challenge for you, Mihad. Since Mihad is saying not sure yet, but we'll think about something I can step into. I think you said something about being intimidated in front of the camera and would rather be behind it. That could be something to step into. And it's just a thought. It's not a mandate. But think about that. And I will be happy if you let me know. I'll be happy to be in your audience and be a supportive, friendly face with comments just to help you along. I'm happy to support you in that way. So everyone else, as you watch this, I hope you're getting inspired for some kind of idea that's really going to move you forward, that's meaningful to you. And when it's meaningful to you, that's going to resonate with you. And when it resonates, that's that energy. And it gets so cool. If you journal about it, you're going to see the changes happening right before your eyes on the piece of paper. And I can't wait to hear from you next week. And we'll touch base and we'll have more good stuff. Oh, yeah, you can do it. You can do it, Mihad. If you choose in, let me know. And I will be happy to step in and be there for you. So until, let's see, Monday, we're going to do a video on something healthy. And I'm happy to take suggestions too. Otherwise, I get to pick. Maybe we'll make breakfast together. We can make some delicious eggs with lots of veggies or something. So we'll decide. If you guys don't tell me, then I'm just going to decide myself. And I'll see you on Monday. And then next Friday, I'll see you again back here at Wellness Worthwhile, at Paula Roelands coaching page on Facebook, and also on paularoelands.com. And we'll catch up on this, and we're going to bring this farther. So this is a great time to start some self-development. If you haven't stepped into it yet, now's an opportunity to get some support around it. If you have stepped into it, share what you've stepped into. If you're having challenges with that, or how successful you're being at it. Because if you're successful at it, that's going to help other people to move forward too. It's going to give them encouragement. If you're having challenges, we can start to tackle it. Happy to help. So I will see you next week. Have a fabulous weekend, and I look forward to talking with you again next time. Bye-bye.